شنو؟ كلها كي ولع النار كلها. هذا كله خلاص فينش تورغة.
تورغة خلاص.
فينش. تورغة فينش.
ليش؟
هم كاينين عايشين من مصراتها، بياكلوا في مصراتها وبيصرفوا من مصراتها، ومستشفى هوسبيتال مصراتها. فهمت؟ ما فيش هوسبيتال هنا، كله يمشي مصراتها. بعد ما اقول القذافي ازحف على مصراتها واقتل، هم جي شوف هم كاينين عايشين على في مصراتها، وبعد ما قال من القذافي اقتلوا مصراتها وخذوها هدوا على مصراتها. فهمت هذا باش كاينين عايشين على مصراتها. والحمد لله.
وين تورغة؟
تورغة كلها يمشي، ممكن بنغازي كلها طرابلس، فهمت؟ كلها تحت كلها. الله اكبر الله اكبر.
Many Tawergans did serve in Gaddafi's forces. Few Misratans will ever forget or forgive the images of Tawergan volunteers at the spearhead of the assault on their city. But whatever war crimes many Tawergan men may have committed in Misrata, the mass ethnic cleansing of Tawerga's civilian population rests uneasily with the democratic, liberal aims of the revolution. Collective punishment is a crime under international law. The UN has condemned the expulsion of the Tawergans, but Libya's Prime Minister has refused to join the criticism. The NTC knows that without Misrata's sacrifice, they could never have defeated Gaddafi. I went to the city's military council to meet the men who won the war for Misrata. A group of Misratan Air Force officers defected from Gaddafi's military in the first days of the revolution. Now they command Libya's most effective military force.
Does Misrata, as the military council here, now follow orders from the military leadership in Tripoli? Do you consider figures like Belhaj to be the superior commanders of Misrata?
You mean we get order from Belhaj?
Yeah.
قال لك مصراتة تتلقى الآن أوامر من بلحاج.
You captured a lot of heavy equipment from Gaddafi, tanks, ground launchers, armoured personnel carriers. What's the process of handing them in to the National Army when the National Army?
أكيد قول لها بالنسبة للي موجود هنا داخل مصراتة تأكد كل التأكيد بأنها هي تحت السلطة الشرعية. لكن عندما نضمن أن السلطة الشرعية تقدر أنها هي تستلم وتحافظ على هذه الأسلحة.
But until the NTC can disarm the militias that won the revolution and assert Tripoli's overall control, Libya remains at risk of slipping into chaos. At this checkpoint on the road west from Tripoli, fighters from the capital and the Washafana tribe are trying to defuse a series of bloody clashes over a strategic bridge and military base. Over a dozen fighters have been killed in days of fighting between the Washafana and Zawiya tribes.
We're here at a checkpoint on the road between Tripoli and the town of Zawiya, where yesterday and the day before there was fighting between two tribes, the local Zawiya tribe and the Washafana tribe. Reinforcements from Tripoli have come in, they've set up this checkpoint and they're telling us the fighting is over, the way ahead is clear, and we're hearing many protestations of unity between the two tribes and all tribes in Libya.
Harassed NTC politicians from Tripoli beg local tribesmen to settle their differences. Officially, the fighting's over and the situation is now calm.
You're from a Tripoli unit. So why are you here if there's no problem?
To keep quiet.
Between the Washafana and the Zawiyas?
Yes.
But yesterday there were people killed.
No.
No?
This is some people doing that. Will do from this problem to big problem only. That's not true. Nobody killed. Nothing. Not having this.
No?
Yes.
But at Zawiya's central hospital, we heard a different story.
There is from both sides. There is dead people, there is wounded people.
How many dead yesterday?
3, I hear. 4, yes.
Here, in this hospital?
Here, and I hear about 3 there.
The commanders in the first checkpoint between Trablus and here, Zawiya, said there were no casualties yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yes, they said
No,
nothing.
no. You can go to the hospital here and to see there is a casualty. One of them is my relative. And there is died people from both sides, I told you. This is the truth. If we want to build a good country and a democracy country, and the law is the over for all the people, we have to say the truth. What's the surprising thing? It's in both sides. They will say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Both sides, here and there. I hear it from both sides.
Gaddafi is gone now, so did you expect a situation like this to develop?
I think it's expected. For me, personally, I expect more than this. It's not easy to eradicate or to eliminate 42 years such like this. It's impossible. It needs time.
What's the cause of the fighting? What are people fighting for?
I don't know what's the real cause. As we hear, there's a remnant of Gaddafi forces still there. As the fighters, when they arrived from the casualty there, what they are saying, it's the remnant of Gaddafi force still there. As we hear from the media, it's the opposite thing, just a simple fight or whatever between the revolutionists from here and from the other area. But I don't think this thing is bigger than those 2 areas. I think because they was, as they said, they will organize, they move, they act as an army, professional army.
By now, the Zawiya were reinforcing their positions. Armoured cars and tanks had been driven up, facing Tripoli and the Washafana. While the Zawiya had supported the revolution from its earliest days, the Washafana tribe mostly supported Gaddafi until the very end. These Zawiya officers showed me footage that they claimed proved the Washafana were still Gaddafi loyalists. When their men captured the contested base days before, they supposedly found portraits of Gaddafi and pre-revolutionary flags still hanging from its walls.
من الطبيعي بأن يتحمل أهالي ورشفانة جزء كبير من هذه المسؤولية لأنهم كمجالس عسكرية المفترض بهم كانوا أن يؤمنوا المناطق وأن يمشطوا المناطق التابعة لهم إذا كان هذا لديهم حسن نية. أما إذا كانت هناك أغراض أخرى أو نوايا أخرى أو هناك من متسلقين أو من أزلام القذافي قد تخلدت المناصب العليا في المجالس الانتقالية أو العسكرية في ورشفانة وكان لهم.
While we were in the Zawiya barracks, a captured African was dragged in, bleeding from his mouth, and thrown into a jail. He was suspected of being a fugitive mercenary. We were forbidden to film. On the way back to the Washafana positions, warning shots were fired at our car. The situation was spiralling out of control yet again.
This is the road to Zawiya and the contested military base. Earlier this checkpoint was open. We were told the situation was calming down, but now civilian traffic is being turned back towards Tripoli. There's a no-man's land of about 15 kilometers between the 2 opposing sides, sporadic rifle fire between the 2 positions. Each side is reinforcing their forward lines. The situation here is definitely deteriorating fast.
شنو المشكلة؟ مشكلة زاوية يخش شعبية الجفارة يضرب بسلاح ويفتش في سلاح ويقتل في ناس ويطيح في مساكن بالراجمات وبالجراد. وخارجين خارج المنطقة نتاعهم 25 كيلومتر.
بالجراد؟
بالجراد وخارجين خارج المنطقة نتاعهم 25 كيلومتر في شعبية الجفارة.
ودرنا معاهم صلح امس في العليا غادي جت اللجنه من طرابلس مشيت شمورها درنا معاهم مفاوضات جت الساعه 10 الصبح سكروا راسهم قالوا احنا ما نبوا المشاكل وخلاص.
This isn't an image of the new Libya the NTC wants the world to see. But many Libyans, while hopeful for the future, believe the country is at risk of slipping into chaos. There are simply too many armed groups in the country, and the government is still too weak to control them. In a country with no tradition of democracy, tribal and regional fault lines remain a potential flashpoint, and an easy means for external actors to influence the new Libya. Outside the luxury hotel in Tripoli that now houses the NTC leadership, a group of Washafana tribesmen have gathered for a loud, though peaceful, protest. The Washafana accuse Mahmoud Shamam, the owner of the Qatari-funded Libya Al-Ahrar channel, of stoking the bloody clashes with the Zawiya. Libya Al-Ahrar had claimed on air that the Washafana were harbouring a fifth column of Gaddafi loyalist fighters, and even the dictator's son, Saif al-Islam himself. The channel's owner, Mahmoud Shamam, who is also the NTC's Minister of Information, finally comes out to make a humbling apology. This is a victory for peaceful protest, but also for tribal mobilisation. For ambitious aspiring politicians, tribal and regional rivalries are the easiest means to success at the ballot box, but also a potential trigger for future conflict. Regional militias that fought long and hard to acquire heavy weapons and seize the capital are now loath to disarm and return to civilian life. The challenge for the new Libya is how to harness the power of regional loyalties and the costly sacrifices of the revolution to build a stable country. But for now, power in Libya still grows from the barrel of a gun.